name is Al Litwak, and I'm going to be talking to you today about Shukla Medical's new spine case, and with it, the renaming of the Shukla Medical Spine Kit from CTL Spine to Xtract-All Spine. The new case has 9 distinct advantages over the old case. The first advantage is the jamming problem. Anybody familiar with this case right here will remember that if all of the tips weren't pushed all the way down into the rubber grommets, the case would become jammed and the surgeon couldn't open it. With the new case, we've solved that problem by removing the rubber grommets, and now we use a sliding lid that opens and closes to hold the tips in place. The second advantage is in the sterilizability of the kit. Again, that has to do with the rubber grommets. When you would push the tip down into that grommet, it would form a seal around the tip. With the new case, getting rid of those grommets and just dropping the tips in there loosely, it allows the steam to get all the way around the tip, thus giving a better sterility to the tips. The third advantage is in the overall weight. What we've done is we've divided the kit into 2 trays. One that has the supporting instruments and the other one that has the tips. Thus, the sum of both of the trays weighs the same as the old one. However, it comes into 2 trays now, which each tray is less weight. The fourth advantage is in the clamping. If you remember, with the old tray, it had small clamps down at the bottom that were difficult to clamp and caused problems for the surgeon to get their fingers under it. The new tray has clamps on the side. They're much larger clamps and they snap much easier. The fifth advantage is the reduced complexity in the linkage. If you remember, on the old tray, what they had is 2 sets. The new set uses a single set of tiers, thus eliminating all of those middle connectors that were always such a problem. The 6th advantage is easier access to the tools. Since what we've done is removed all the tools from underneath the trays to a separate kit, now all the surgeon has to do is remove the lid and all the trays are easily accessible here. No longer do they have to worry about catching their gloves on the bottom of the trays trying to get to the tools. The 7th advantage is what we've done is moved some of the tips closer together when they're like-type tips. In the past, what we've always done is, as we've added tips, we've always put them at the back end of the tray. Some of those tips are similar to tips that are farther or towards the front of the tray. For instance, the T12 and T20 were in the front of the tray, the T30 and the T40 were in the back. We've rearranged the tray so that all like tips are next to each other. Another advantage of this tray is that on the old tray there were a lot of sharp edges. We've eliminated those sharp edges again so the surgeon doesn't have to worry about puncturing a glove. The 9th advantage of the tray is that just the overall size of them. Being smaller than the current tray allows the use of smaller autoclaves. In addition to those 9 advantages, there are some other important things to keep in mind. The most important thing in using the new tray, using the new kit, is when you're done with it, before you close it, you must close the lids. All the lids on all the trays must be closed. You no longer have the rubber grommet in the bottom of each of the tray to hold it in place, so that if these lids aren't closed, all of the tips will fall out and you do run the risk of jamming the tray closed. It states right here, in fact, in bright red colors, important, close all tray covers before closing the lid. In doing in-services, talking to doctors, even in demoing it, special attention has to be paid to making sure all the lids on all the trays are closed. Another important thing is what happens if you take and you drop an extractor. Under the old system, it was very difficult to get those extractors out because all of the instruments were down there. This fixes that problem by what you need to do is close all of the lids. Again, that's critical to the use of this tray. Make sure all of the lids on all the trays are closed. Then simply close the case, turn it to either the right or the left and to the forward. Reopen it, and then you simply reach down and take the extractor out. For additional information and questions and anything else you'd like to know about the new system, please contact our customer service department at 732-474-1769. Thank you very much for your time.